months. Wala pang 3 months kapapanganak ng ate ko. Okay? She's actually my older sister, but you know, she looks really, really young. At malalaman natin kung anong sikreto niya mamaya. Okay? So both of them on good physical form, physically. Never really needed to lose so much pounds or weight like as per BMI. Hindi talaga kayo naging overweight, di ba? Pero, is it true you are doing low carb right now and fasting also, like on a day-to-day basis?
Yeah, and if you've been doing this for so long, 2 years, 3 years already?
Oh,
Yeah.
almost 3 years. Almost 3 years for our family.
Since last year?
Ako last year, but a couple of months before the wedding back in October last year. Before low carb, I used to get into vegan diet, vegetarian diet. Went and tried that. But yeah, with the low carb, because I had to support what Kat was doing. She was into the low carb, intermittent fasting, fast and feasting. She introduced me to long periods of fasting between 3 to 5 days, extended fasting.
Wow.
As for me, I get to stick with it because she makes sure that there's plenty of food in the house, food that we can eat and enjoy. So I have no problem getting into it. We've been doing it since we get married, essentially, which was October of last year. It was quite challenging for us when Kat got pregnant, right? When we learned by November that she was pregnant, we had to make sure that she was eating, right? Because the baby. And with low carb, you really have to design your house to have food available that is in line with low carb. Soon after getting married back in October, I remember when we were not in low carb diet, we would have cake, a slice of cake, almost every day, right? And, prior to the wedding, and we enjoyed that. And so when she decided that she's going to have the baby, stick to low carb diet while she's pregnant, that was a challenge for us. But not long after that, you came to visit and introduced to us desserts, how to prepare desserts, our own desserts, low carb desserts. So we had the burnt basket cake. We figured how to make desserts for us that are also low carb, tasty and enjoyable, and then we were able to stick with the low carb diet.
Imagine the treats during your wedding. It was Marks and Spencer chocolates, biscuits, cookies, dalgona coffee, and all that. Sobrang sweet talaga. And I myself really tried all of those. Kahit naka-low carb ako because it was a very special day for the family. So on your wedding day, nag-high carb ako that time. And that's how we actually live. We go on these things purposely. We decide not just kumain tayo because it's just there, but we do it on a deliberate passion and conscious decision. And we are prepared kung ano yung effect nun. So, even if you've been doing like low carb for quite some time on a strict basis, can you still recall the time when you indulge in high carb desserts and it made you feel after? And how come na bumalik kayo sa low carb? How did you feel when you had high carb?
A month ago, because Arky is now 2 months old. So since the delivery, it has been sleepless nights for us. And the fact that I had a laparoscopy 2 weeks after the delivery, those weeks were really so stressful for all of us. And there was one day when wala na talaga kaming self-control. Biglang sinabi, I was so tired. Ken was so tired also. And I
very suggestible.
Yeah, very suggestible. So, parang biglang sinabi, ano? Gusto mo mag-chips? Tapos, parang, kunyari may nag-suggest sa amin, ano? Plus cake and Coke. Tapos, nga wala kaming self-control that time. We ordered Conti's cake and Coke and some Lays. Then, so, while eating, we were so happy. But right after, we felt like crap. And we vowed.
You say crap in your show?
Oh, sorry. So, after that, we vowed never to do it again.
Just to add on what Kat just shared with you, when you're feasting with high carb food, for a brief moment, we really enjoyed ourselves, right? Because For example, in low carb, there's really no alternative when it comes to chips. Not so much with cake because we have a lot of low carb cakes. And soda, we have kombucha, for example, so we get by with those cravings. But with the chips, we don't have a good alternative. The closest thing that we have is kangkong chips. We thought that, well, if we're gonna have and indulge chips, then might as well just have this time of cheating, get some cake and some soda. Briefly, we really enjoyed ourselves, but right after, perhaps just a couple of minutes after we finished eating, we were full. We really felt heavy, groggy. We almost like we were about to have some fever, right? Yeah, and add to that the fact that we had to take care of our 1-month-old baby, and we are deprived, so it was terrible. It was truly terrible. And we looked at each other and we said, we can't get into this. We can't do this to ourselves. And yeah, it's that time that we told ourselves that we really don't have to cheat. We're doing well, sticking with our low carb diet. We just make sure that we have food available. We do groceries regularly. We get fresh food, and yeah, we are reaping the benefits of sticking with low carb
Okay.
and getting nutritious food available.